Hey everyone, welcome to Top Dog Tips. My name is Samantha. I don't know how far down you can see, but I have a little begging beagle on this side of me, and we have our chocolate lab Sadie begging on this side of me. So today I want to teach you how to teach your dog to stop begging. And I know it looks silly that my dogs beg and I'm telling you about how to stop begging, but I actually just gave them a call to come over here. So they think that they're getting something, but they're not getting anything. So there's a couple of things to address first off, and the first one is, whoops, too bad we can't teach cats to stop begging. No. So the first one is, it's so much easier to teach your dog to, it's so much easier to just not start a bad habit than it is to try and curb that bad habit. Just like with us and with our kids, if you start something and you end up starting a bad habit, it takes forever to try and break the habit. Say, chewing your nails or smoking cigarettes. Once you start, it's so hard to stop. So if you have a puppy or you've rescued an adult dog and from some miracle of God's grace, they do not beg, then great. Start with that and stay consistent. Don't feed them, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But if you've adopted an older dog that does beg, 90% of them do, or you've developed that habit on your own by feeding your pet people food and feeding them from the table and things, we're going to talk about that as well. So if you can not create the habit, that's great. If you are already dealing with the habit and you're trying to learn how to stop it, that's what I'm going to tell you about today. So there's actually 6 things that you need to keep in mind. The first one is that it needs to be a unified front. Usually I'm not sitting at this table all by myself, my family's around it, and people that come to your house as well. It's not just you, it's anybody that comes into your home and eats in your home, whether it's snacks or meals. You want to make sure that everybody is unified in not feeding the dog. Even if you only feed your dog from the table, say once a month, he's going to continue begging every other day of the month because he's not sure when that treat is coming. So you need to make sure that it's a unified front. Nobody feeds him from the table. I don't even recommend feeding your dogs in the kitchen. Don't feed them around the time that you're preparing a meal or you're eating a meal. Keep it completely separate. You don't want him to get that idea in his brain that you're going to feed him when you are preparing a meal, when you're cooking, or when you're eating a meal with your family. So unified front, number 1. Number 2 is that you want to ignore. If your dog is begging, which Sadie's gone now, she's coming back around, you want to ignore them. No petting, don't even say, no, bad dog. Even the negative attention, it's still attention. Your dog's still getting something. So keep your hands off your dog while you're sitting at the table. Of course, I'm not doing a very good job right now, but Sadie we don't always do this. So you want to keep your hands off your dog when you're at your table. Kids, again, people that are coming to the house to eat, make sure everybody knows, no attention whatsoever. And, like we talked about, number 3 is no food ever from the table or from, oh no, Sadie. From the table or while you're cooking. So that's number 3. I kind of jumped ahead. So unified front, no attention, no food ever from the table or, like I said, I recommend no food from the kitchen at all so that they're not following you around the kitchen, sitting there begging while you're preparing a meal. And number 4 is that you want to teach your dog, find a spot for him. A lot of people start in a totally separate room and they put up a gate so that their dog can't get into the kitchen or the dining area, and that's fine. But what you want to do, with or without the gate, you want to find a spot for your dog that he's going to be comfortable and safe while you're eating, and teach him to sit there, lie down, and stay. And you're going to have to do a little bit of command training if your dog doesn't know these things, but we're going to take Sadie right over here. Come here, Sadie. And I'm going to ask Sadie, turn around. There you go. Sit. Stay there. So obviously you want it to be a little bit further away from your table, but because Sadie, no. Down. Down here. Good girl. You want it to be far away from your table, not in the dining room, not in the kitchen. Obviously, I don't want to walk out of the room and leave you here sitting there, so we did it over there. But your dog should have a spot where they know, Sadie, no. This brings us to the next 2 actually are be patient, be consistent. So that's 5 and 6. Be patient, be consistent. And Sadie's doing a great job demonstrating that for us right now, because 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to get up from your meal with your family to go and discipline your dog. I know it's frustrating, I know it's annoying, it makes your meal drag out longer, but you need to do it. You'll only have to do it for a week or two. Maybe with a really stubborn dog, you might have to do it for 3 or 4 weeks, but it will end, I promise you. So if your dog comes back and sits here and stares at you with the saddest face in the world, like they're just so hungry, you need to get up. This time I will bring Sadie over here. Come here, Sadie. Come here. Hey, you sit. You stay right there. So now that I can see Sadie stay, I can keep telling her, but again, you know, you really want it to be in another room. Use a pet gate if that helps you in the beginning to give your dog that barrier. And then the last two, again, be patient, be consistent. You have got to do it every single time. If you cave in just once, your dog is going to think that he is able to get food every once in a while, so he's going to continue to beg. So 6 things. You need to be a unified front. Ignore, no attention at all. No food ever from the table or the kitchen. Pick that spot, have your dog sit, lie down, and stay there. And then the last 2 are be patient, be consistent. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email me, Samantha@topdogtips.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can like us and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. We're all over social media. Shoot me those questions if you guys have them. I would be happy to answer those for you. And thanks for watching this video on how to teach a dog to stop begging. I will see you guys back next time.